Asia, Europe, and then we'll look at the pre-market here in the U.S. So taking a look at the Japanese Nikkei, it settled overnight just above flatline. Now, we did have Bank of Japan Governor Kuroda come out and discuss the central bank's interest rate targeting, saying that the approach that they're going to take is going to help maximize the benefits to the country's economy. And it's really going to stem from the tailwinds of what they expect to be some global uptick. And so it was interesting commentary, positive. You saw that the Japanese markets were flatlined. Yokohama Rubber, Suzuki Motor, Nissan, as well as Tokyo Electron, Isuzu, fast retailing, all up between 0.7% and 2.6% respectively. You did see, though, a notable loss in Toshiba, down about 11.7% overnight. There's a report that the company may book a big loss on its acquisition of a U.S. nuclear power project. So we're going to keep an eye on Toshiba, as well as EWJ, the ETF that tracks the Japanese stocks, went out on Friday at 49.76. The weekly options are pricing in the range of 77 cents between now and Friday, so over the next 4 days. And over the next 25 days, it's estimating a range of either being up $1.44 or down $1.44. So you have a decent range in EWJ. Watch 50.23, $50, and 48.20 on this Japanese ETF. Those are the levels that we're going to want to see sustained and broken if, in other words, to the upside, if the bulls are going to see some legs. Now, the Hang Seng in Hong Kong was closed, but EWH will be trading today. The ETF that tracks the Hong Kongese stocks went out on Friday at 1943. The monthly options that are expiring in 25 days are pricing in a range for this $19 ETF around 72 cents, either up or down. This ETF really needs an upside push. It needs to get through $20.40, $21, and $20.50 if we're going to see that the bulls are going to get any type of momentum in this Hong Kong ETF. Taking a look at the Chinese Shanghai Composite, shed about 0.3%. You're seeing some pharmaceutical names. You also saw China Eastern Airlines and China Sports Industry losing between 2.1% and 2.6%. FXI is the ETF that tracks these large cap stocks, and it went out on Friday at $33.96. Now, the weekly options are pricing in for the next 40 days around a 70-cent range for this ETF, and for the next 25 days, $1.72. Some notable areas of resistance right now that you're going to want to see broken if, in fact, you're going to see some momentum to the upside in this large cap Chinese ETF. 36.50, 36.80, and 35.45 are the most notable areas that you're going to want to see price action break through if the bulls are going to get any momentum to the upside in this ETF. Now, taking a look at India Sensex, it spiked about 1.6% amid broad-based strength. ITC, Tata Steel, as well as ICICI Bank and Tata Motors, all gaining between 1.8% and 4%. Pretty decent movements in some large cap stocks in India. EPI is the ETF that tracks those stocks and many more. Went out on Friday at 1978. The weekly options for the next 4 days are pricing in the potential right around a 40-cent range, either up or down, and a 25-day range of right around 89 cents in this almost $20 ETF. Speaking of $20 on EPI, watch 2020, 2066, and 2050. If there's going to be some momentum to the upside, that's the area that needs to be broken if the bulls are going to get some legs. Now taking a look at Europe, session has started. Germany's DAX higher by 0.2%. You have large cap names like Merck, BASF, all up between 0.3% and 1.2% early in the session on the DAX. Now, the financials, though, are lagging. You're seeing Deutsche Bank down about 1.8%, and you have Commerzbank just trading flat at this moment. EWG, the ETF that tracks German stocks in the DAX, went out on Friday at 26.31. The weekly options are pricing in a range of this $26 stock of either up or down about 43 cents for the next 4 days, and for the next 25 days, around a 77-cent range for this ETF. Notable areas that you're going to want to see supported: 25.76 and 25.61 in this $26 ETF. If those are broken, you could see a trend shift in this ETF that has been quite bullish in Germany. Now, UK's FTSE was closed. It is the Boxing holiday. But there was an interesting Financial Times article out that detailed that the Boxing Day transactions are up 11.5% year over year. So let's see if the consumer names on Wednesday start to pick up and you start to see some movement. We may see some movement in the ETF that trades here in the States. EWU is the ticker. Went out on Friday at $30.41. The weekly options are pricing in a range for this $30.41 ETF around 21 cents for the week, this week, and 78 cents for the next 25 days. Some notable levels that you're going to want to see both supported and broken. 30.68 and 31.20 are the most notable upside resistance points. If you're going to see some momentum to the upside and a trend shift to the upside, those are the areas that are going to have to be broken. You're going to want to watch 30.31 to be supported. That'll keep institutions happy with this ETF that tracks stocks in the FTSE in England. Now, Francis CAC is trading up about 0.2% right now. Consumer names like Pernod Ricard, Danone, all up between 0.5% and 0.8% early in the session. Financials, they're trading mixed. AXA is higher by 0.4%, while BNP Paribas is down 0.7%, and Credit Agricole trading flat. EWQ is the ETF that tracks French stocks. Went out on Friday at 24.43. Now, for the next 25 days, the options are pricing in a range for this $24 ETF of around up or down 88 cents. Some notable levels that you're going to be wanting to watch to be supported. This French ETF, EWQ, has been moving to the upside. 24.12 is going to be the first support level, followed by 23.94 and 23.90. So keep an eye on that. That's it right now for the overnight action. At 9:30 Eastern Time, join me as I will be doing the What's Hot on the Open, and we'll be covering everything here in the U.S. as far as what's happened on the Open. Taking a look at the opening bell right now. Pre-market, the Dow Jones is up 4 points at 19,877 on the futures. You're seeing that the Russell 2000, the small cap index, is down 80 cents at 1369.40. You have the NASDAQ up 6 points at 49.48. And finally, you have the S&P 500 futures at 22.61 1/4, up $1.50. So basically, slightly green to slightly red, mixed action going on right now in the U.S. pre-markets. All right, we'll see you and cover this more at 9:30 Eastern Time here at MarketStream.live. Have a great trading day.